안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Wednesday's edition of The Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-ah in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-exhibitions, K-sports, K-everything. And we're going to do all of that with our co-host Bella Kim joining me in the studio today. Hello, Bella.
Hi, So-ah. Hello, everyone. Well, everyone joining us today on the Culture Wave. I'm Bella, back again on Wednesday to co-host and, of course, fill you guys in with the latest in K-entertainment.
And we're also joined by Arirang's News Features reporter Park Hyo-bin. Welcome, Hyo-bin.
Hi, Hyo-bin.
Hi, So-ah. Hi, Bella. And hello, everyone. My name is Park Hyo-bin, and I'm a news features reporter here at Arirang News. Thank you so much for having me today.
Now, just 2 days from now, on August 15th, Korea commemorates the 80th anniversary since its liberation from Japanese occupation. And Hyo-bin, I heard that you went to a place that takes us back to that time in history. Where was that?
That's right, So-ah. So ahead of the Liberation Day, which is this Friday, I went to a very special exhibition that sheds lights on the stories of resistance. And some of the artifacts are being shown to the public for the first time. Let's take a look. Korea's darkest days and the courage of those who refused to bow now gathered in one place. To mark the 80th anniversary of Korea's liberation from Japanese colonial rule, a special exhibition at Deoksugung Palace brings together over 110 artifacts from the late 19th century to the day the nation reclaimed its freedom. For the first time, Korean independence hero An Jung-geun's calligraphy is being showcased to the public. These two letters, meaning green bamboo, show his strong opposition to Japanese rule. His final brushstrokes, made in a cold Risun prison cell before his execution, capture not only defiance against Japan, but also a longing for peace in Asia and respect for human dignity. From here, the story turns to lesser-known independence fighters. Min Young-hwan took his own life in protest after Japan's illegal Ulsa Treaty stripped Korea of its sovereignty, writing, "If our freedom and independence are restored, I shall gladly smile even in the afterlife." Manifestos and letters from Korea's civilian militias, known as the Righteous Armies, also bear the weight of defiance, with some returning to Korea only last year, after decades in Japan. The spirit of defiance is also preserved in the national flag, a Taegeukgi found at Jingonsa Temple, riddled with holes and burn marks. Believed to have been made during the March 1st independence movement in 1919, it bears the Korean flag's Taegeuk symbol and trigrams painted in black ink over the Japanese flag, amplifying the message of resistance.
This Taegeukgi national flag of Korea, found at Singwansa Temple, is even more meaningful, as it shows just how fiercely our independence fighters carried out their work in secrecy.
Bringing these treasures together is what makes this exhibition truly historic.
While marking the 80th anniversary of Korea's liberation, this exhibition is most meaningful for bringing together authentic resistance heritage from both institutions and individuals in one place.
Liberation was never given. It was earned with blood, sweat, and hope. 80 years on, their courage still lights the path toward the freedom they dreamed of.
What a meaningful exhibition you went to there, Hyo-bin. And I have to say, the Taegeukgi from Jingonsa was very impressive.
Same here, and it's hard to believe that it survived all this time. The pieces actually almost feel resistance in every single mark.
Yeah, it's actually quite rare for the Jingonsa Taegeukgi to be shown to the public. So this original flag will only be on display until this Sunday, after which a replica will replace it. So anyone wanting to see it should visit soon. But don't you notice something different about it compared to today's Taegeukgi?
The Taegeukgi symbol in the middle looks different.
Right, and also the trigrams in the corners, they look kind of bit off from the Taegeukgi we know today.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. So the Taegeuk symbol in the middle and the 4 trigrams in the corners are quite different from the today's Taegeukgi. So in fact, while the Taegeukgi was adopted as the official national flag in 1883, the law at the time only specified the use of Taegeuk and trigrams without defining the exact design. So that's why various versions of the Taegeukgi existed back then.
That's interesting. So basically, there was a little bit of creative freedom.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So no matter the design, throughout the history and the hardships, the Taegeukgi has always been a source of strength and courage for the Korean people.
That's very fascinating. I definitely need to go check that out by myself.
And I mean, the Taegeukgi you can see until Sunday, I think, but the exhibition runs until when?
Okay, so the exhibition runs until October 12th at Deoksugung Palace in Seoul. So if you're interested, you should definitely go there and do not miss it.
Okay, so we still have a
little
few
bit of time,
months
yes.
left. Okay, thank you very much, Heung-min, for that meaningful coverage.
Thank you, Heung-min.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Time for some K-entertainment news with Bella Kim. Bella, today we have a wide range of K-entertainment news,
Yes.
and we're going to start off with our warm donation story.
That is correct. 17, a group that serves as a UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador for Youth, have made a huge gesture. According to their agency, Pledis Entertainment, the group donated $250,000 to UNESCO on International Youth Day. The donation was raised through a charity auction titled Jupiter Presents Sakai by 17. Now, this charity auction was a limited collection introduced back in June by 17 in collaboration with Jupiter, a digital commerce platform, content platform founded by fashion brand Sakai and artist and producer Pharrell Williams. They released leather jackets that 17 members helped make and also t-shirts with their autographs. The donation will fund the Global Youth Grant that 17 and UNESCO launched together. And last year, 17 were named as the very first UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador for Youth. And upon their appointment, they donated $1 million to help young people around the world pursue their dream.
And staying with the theme of ambassadors, we're going to talk about another group that's been appointed ambassadors. Which group are we talking about?
Well, the city of Seoul has appointed the virtual idol group Plave as the ambassadors for Startup Seoul. On Tuesday, Seoul held a ceremony to appoint the 2025 Startup Seoul ambassadors and Try Everything promotional group. At this ceremony, Seoul selected Plave as its ambassadors to promote the startup and entrepreneurship ecosystem of Seoul to foreign countries. Plave's agency, Blast, is a Seoul-based startup that possesses motion capture-based 3D content production technology. At the ceremony, Seoul Mayor Oh Se-hoon presented the appointment letter to the CEO of Blast, and Plave members actually received it in real time in a virtual world on a large screen just behind them. The members of Plave said that they are honored to have the opportunity to promote Seoul's excellent startup ecosystem to the world, and that they will widely convey the charm of Seoul with their global fans.
Very meaningful, and especially because Plave's agency is also a startup.
Yes, definitely.
And let's end up with an upcoming movie.
That is correct. The upcoming film, Murder Report, held a press conference on Tuesday at CGV Yongsan I-Park Mall in Seoul. Attending along with the director Jo Young-jun were lead actors Jo Yo-jung of Parasite and Jung Sung-il, best known for his role in Netflix hit series The Glory. Murder Report centers on a psychiatrist who is also a serial killer, requesting an exclusive interview with a reporter. The majority of the film is filled with a one-on-one interview between the two. Jo Yo-jung, who plays the reporter Sun-ju, said that she specifically focused on her pronunciation and articulation to express the character well. Jung Sung-il, who portrays the killer Young-hoon, said that he fell right into the character and actually had trouble getting out of it after the shoot. Murder Report is set to be released in theaters on September 5th.
I know who's going to be super excited about this.
Yes.
Crime thriller fans like Bella.
Right.
Well, thank you very much for those updates.
Yes, I'll stick around.
And now let's go over to our AI anchor, Adi, for other issues on the culture front. Adi?
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. The Independence Hall of Korea will host a cultural celebration this Friday, August 15, to mark Liberation Day on the 80th anniversary of Korea's liberation from Japan's colonial rule. Held under the theme Light of the Nation, The event will run from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., featuring a wide range of performances and programs that showcase the spirit of independence and the significance of liberation. Highlights include an air show by the Air Force's Black Eagles, a taekwondo demonstration, and special guided tours of liberation-themed exhibitions. Organizers expressed hope that many will attend to reflect on the meaning of Korea's Liberation Day. Also marking the milestone 80th anniversary, Busan's Gwangalli Beach hosted a special edition of the Gwangalli M Drone Light Show. Some 1,500 drones lit up the night sky with images depicting independence activists such as Kim Go and Yu Kwan-sun, as well as An Jung-den's severed finger, a powerful symbol of an independence fighter's unwavering resolve. The Gwangalli Drone Show is one of Busan's signature weekend tourist attractions, with its theme changing each week to match the season. This week's performance was specially designed to commemorate Liberation Day. Yeon Deok-chun, the first Korean pro golfer to win a major international tournament, has had his Korean name officially restored. Yeon, the late former advisor to the Korea Professional Golfers Association, won the Japan Open in 1941, but was forced to compete and be recorded under a Japanese name during Japan's colonial rule. An official ceremony for the correction of his name and Japan Open records was held in Seoul on Tuesday. This came at the request of the Korean government, marking the 80th anniversary of liberation and the 60th anniversary of normalizing Seoul-Tokyo ties. Japan Golf Association Chief Operating Officer Hiroshi Yamanaka hinted after the ceremony that Yeon is highly likely to be inducted into the JGA Hall of Fame. That's all from me. Stay tuned to the Culture Wave.
Here's a note to Arirang TV viewers. We are conducting a survey for our programs, including The Culture Wave, to meet our viewers' expectations. Please visit us at www.arirang.com or on the mobile app Arirang TV to give us your valuable feedback. You also have a chance to win some Bluetooth earbuds and K-pop merch.
It's time for K-Sports Highlights. After a decade at Tottenham Hotspur, global football icon South Korea superstar Heung-min has transferred to Major League Soccer to join Los Angeles FC. And in the KBO, a legendary pitcher has announced his retirement after this season. For all the details, we have our sportscaster Jason Lee joining us in the studio. Jason, hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Jason.
Good afternoon.
Okay, the biggest news, probably Heung-min. We're going to talk about Heung-min first. So he did make his transfer. So let's start with Heung-min.
No doubt this has been the biggest sports story over the last couple of weeks. And, you know, there have been rumors for actually quite some time of the possibility of Heung-min leaving Tottenham this offseason. And I have to admit that I didn't want to hear this. I was like, no, I mean, he's been such a staple and an icon with the team over the last decade that I think many, certainly including myself, were in denial of a possible move. But you know what? When you actually consider everything, it does make a lot of sense for all parties. And I've said this for the last several months now that Heung-min has clearly lost a step. He's not as explosive as he used to be, especially over the last several months, especially when it comes to one-on-one or even one-on-two situations that he would attempt confidently in the past. But now, you know, injuries, they've taken their toll as well. It's crept up as an issue, and that's resulted in a drop in playing time. And, you know, with a lack of playing time, it also means issues with personal confidence. The whole thing just kind of snowballs. So I think this should be a good move for Heung-min in that, yes, okay, he's going to a lesser league, but he's going to be continuing to have significant roles with his team, which I just don't think it would have been the case had he decided to stay with Tottenham. Might not have even been a starter with the team for the upcoming season. So this is a very good move for him. It's also a very good move for Tottenham, as now they're going to receive a whopping $26 million of a transfer fee, which would not have happened if he stayed with them for this year. And for LAFC, they're getting a big name star that, you know, the large Korean population of LA will be most likely very willing to pay money to go and see. And, You know, the LAFC, they've always been kind of like the LA Clippers of the MLS, as opposed to the LA Galaxy being more like the LA Lakers. So, you know, in popularity, I think LAFC is kind of a little bit lower, even though they're having a much more successful season than the Galaxy. The Galaxy have been around for maybe 20 years longer than LAFC. So this is a team that kind of needs to catch up in terms of popularity within their region to gain fan support. Now they've got a winning team. Now they've got a big name star who's Korean, large, you know, population of Koreans in LA. So certainly a very good move for everyone.
Right. And speaking of that large Korean population in LA, I already saw how people were, how the uniforms, Son Heung-min uniforms are flying off the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yes,
absolutely.
It's going to be a lot of fun and exciting for Koreans out there.
Yeah, so I mean, even with LAFC paying, like I said, $26 million transfer fee, they're going to make all that money back in terms of uniform sales and ticket sales.
Right. You know, I wonder whether Son Heung-min's English pronunciation might change into a North American accent.
North American accent from his British accent. German British accent.
That's definitely something to look out for as well. And Sonny actually did make his debut in LAFC already. It was against Chicago Fire. So how did he do in his first game?
Yeah, well, against the Chicago Fire, you could say that he was red hot. He entered the game at the 1 hour mark. So he played about the last 40 minutes when factoring in injury time. And he obviously got a huge cheer from the fans when entering the game, even though this game was on the road in Chicago. So Son Heung-min earned a breakaway in the game about 20 minutes in, so he was taken down in the box. It was pretty clear. They didn't call it originally, but eventually they did get the penalty called, and his teammate Dennis Bwanga did tie the game up 2-2 thanks to Sonny getting the charge through. So already Son Heung-min making an impact, not just off the field with ticket sales and jersey sales, but he earned them a point by gaining a penalty shot for them.
I know that many of his fans might be a little sad with the transfer, but still, I hope that it's going to turn out best for him. And yeah, let's look out for all the games now.
Look forward to it.
And now we're going to shift over to the KBO. A lot has been happening, including injuries.
Yes.
And we unfortunately have to talk about another hamstring injury regarding Kim Do-young.
Yes, this is very unfortunate. Kim Do-young's been dealing with a hamstring injury all season. Twice he's been on the injured reserves because of it. You could say that his leg has hamstrung his season. This is the third time that his leg is knocking him out for a considerable amount of time. And the Kia Tigers have announced that they're going to keep him out for the rest of the regular season at least. So this is huge because Kim Do-young, of course, is the reigning KBO MVP. He hit 38 home runs last year, was third in the league in batting as well. Kia can really use him right now as they're just trying to get into the postseason. Kia is currently tied for 5th with KT. The top 5 teams get into the postseason. So they're right on the bubble. And I can tell you this much. No team, none of the top 4 teams want to face Kia in the postseason if this is a team without Kim Do-young that might be able to add Kim Do-young in the playoffs. If that happens, that would be a very scary team to face. And I'm sure all the teams are hoping for KT to make it in.
Kim Do-young was definitely the big story, big KBO story last year, right?
Yeah.
But this year, he's been upstaged by a fellow 21-year-old. Who are we talking about?
Yeah, of course. You're talking about KT's Heung-min, who was just named the KBO's Player of the Month for July. He's currently hitting .348, which is tops in the league. His 1060 OPS is also tops in the league. And for the month of July, he hit .441 while slugging .706. I mean, these are video game numbers. And as you mentioned, he is the same age as Kia's Kim Do-young, but An is actually still eligible for Rookie of the Year this year. And let's face it, it's a foregone conclusion that he's going to win the award. The only question is basically going to be, will it be a unanimous winner of the award or not? Which, you know, I think he's got a very good shot of. as well. Anyways, the one other thing that I'll mention, though, is, of course, over the last 2 seasons, we've lost Lee Jong-hoo as well as Kim Hae-sung to Major League Baseball, both of them leaving the Kium Heroes to make their way over to Major League Ball. But, since then, a lot of people have been wondering what's going to happen to the KBO, losing these 2 big stars. Well, what's happened? The KBO has broken attendance records last year and most likely this year as well. And now they've busted out with 2 huge young stars in Kim Do-young, MVP last year, and An Hyun-min this year, most likely going to be Rookie of the Year. So in the last 2 years, a lot of people worried about the status of the KBO, but it looks like they're in very good hands with these 2 youngsters.
Well, if you have some athletes leaving, you have newcomers again. But now we have to speak again about someone who announced that he's going to leave. We're going to talk about Samsung Lions pitcher Oh Seung-hwan, who announced his retirement. This is a huge deal, isn't it?
Yes, very, very sad. Actually, I actually have an autographed ball from Oh Seung-hwan. So
I think I have one too.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. Everyone has one?
Hey, where's mine?
I thought it was just
rare
special. I thought
It
was
is actually
special.
rare. It is. It
No,
is
it is.
special,
Well,
really.
he is certainly a very rare person. I mean, if you've just gotten into baseball or the KBO recently, you might not fully appreciate the accomplishments of Oh Seung-hwan, but he has been as great as they come as a reliever. He set the single-season saves record back in 2006 as a sophomore and was a finalist for league MVP that season. Unfortunately for him, though, that same year, Lee Dae-ho won the hitting Triple Crown. Ryu Hyun-jin took the pitching Triple Crown as a rookie, and of course, he won MVP honors for that. But Oh Seung-hwan, I think you can safely say that he is probably the greatest Korean reliever of all time. Not only are his 427 saves more than any other KBO pitcher ever, he accomplished that while spending 2 years in Japan with the Hanshin Tigers, 4 years in Major League Baseball with the Cardinals, the Jays, and the Rockies. So, I've got to say, beyond just the numbers as well, he is one of the toughest pitchers to face, and I've got to say that he had one of the coolest nicknames of all times. And even Major League Baseball fans, when they first heard his nickname, they was like, "Oh, the final boss? Oh, how cool is that?" So certainly a player that was much feared, much respected, and of course he helped Samsung to back-to-back Korean Series titles in 2005 and 2006, and then led them to a 3-peat from 2011 to 2013. So very accomplished, certainly very, very high respected, and a lot of people are going to miss him.
Of course. Now, a lot of people are going to miss him, but who's going to have their eyes on him now? Producers and writers for like entertainment programs.
TV shows.
Because there's also a specific baseball program where retired players come out. So I'm kind of waiting for that to happen. I hope so.
I think high school teams and college teams are hoping he doesn't join that program.
Oh, right.
Because they don't want to face him. He's still too
Because
good.
he's a monster, right?
Oh, yeah, he's the final boss.
Well, thank you very much, Jason, for those updates today, and have a great rest of the week.
Thank you, Jason.
And thank you, Bella, as always. We're going to see you back here tomorrow.
Yes, I'll see you back tomorrow.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. And please join us again tomorrow on Thursday at 2 p.m. Korea time, and maybe one day here in Korea.